All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. If you want to support the channel, you can become a patron down there. We're completely demonetized. You can also check out Hasty Defense. That's my blog. And you could join a newsletter where we're pushing content once a week. I'll let you know what I got going on here on the channel. I saw a really interesting video from CNN, and I think it's the guy Jay Tapper, or whatever it is, was talking to Cory Booker. And if you don't know, he's running for president of the United States. And again, you know, one of the biggest things that he's trying to push is gun control. And I saw this video, and unfortunately, it has to do with the shooting that just happened in Virginia. What a horrible event. Really horrible situation. Really a situation that none of us want. You know, a lot of times they make the gun owner like, we want to see this. We don't want to see this. We really don't. And the reason, one of the things that are being in YouTube, even when I'm being censored, I'm being demonetized, I'm being given strikes and all that, and I continue to push here, is because I don't want to see these things. It's horrible when you see innocent people being hurt. Like, it really gets me into a point that I just want to cry because it's so depressing to see these people getting hurt because some idiot decide to commit a horrific attack, right? We definitely got to pray for them, because you know what? Prayers do work. So keep the families in prayer, and check it out, guys. It's not going to be the last time. It's not going to be the last time. This is going to continue to happen because the devil comes to kill and destroy, and we have to be prepared. But, you know, Tapper asked him a question, you know, and essentially what he said was like, look, it's specific to this. I'm going to link the video down below. Actually, you know what? Let me play that.
Senator Booker, thanks for joining us. You said yesterday the mass shootings in America, quote, cannot just go on in our country, and you've unveiled a comprehensive gun reform plan. Now, ATF says that the two weapons used in the attack were handguns, not semi-automatic assault rifles, and they say that they were purchased legally. How would your plan have stopped this tragedy, if at all?
Well, Jake, again, this is a tragedy today, but you know that every single day in the United States of America, in the aggregate, we have mass shootings that go on in neighborhoods like mine. I live in a inner city Black and brown community. You were there yourself. Moments after you left, we had another shooting in my neighborhood. We are not helpless to stop this. This is a uniquely American problem. We have carnage in our country at levels that no other nation sees. More people dying in my lifetime due to gun violence than all the Americans that died due to gun violence in every single war from the Revolutionary War till now. And so this idea that we are helpless to stop this, is the evidence points differently. We know that everything from licensing, like that Connecticut did, dropped gun violence in their state by 40%, suicides by 15%. We know that there are communities like Oakland that did things by treating gun violence like a public health problem, and by investing in communities, empowering them, they were able to lower gun violence. I have a comprehensive plan that people say is bold, but I'll tell you what, it's not bold. It's common sense, evidence-based things that we can do to lower gun violence. We are not helpless.
But you keep saying, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you keep saying we're not helpless. So I'm saying, what would have prevented this tragedy? I mean, I think that's one of the issues that people wonder about when there are these horrible tragedies. What steps specifically would have stopped the massacre in Virginia Beach?
And you've taken a look at the 16, 17 things we have in my plan that would drop the levels of violence overall, from one handgun a month laws, all the way to investing in the kind of mental health and the kind of community empowerment strategies that would do something about it. In the aggregate, we can do things that dramatically lower the levels of violence in our community. But we've allowed this debate to be framed by the corporate gun lobby that has so eroded common sense, from even stopping the CDC having money to study this problem, from stopping consumer product safety commissions having the ability to regulate in this space. So enough is enough. We can do so much more.
I hear you not talking about this specific massacre, but talking about gun violence in general.
All right, so you guys saw that part of the video. Again, I'm going to link the entire video down below. But the interesting factor here, it was the question that he was giving. Essentially, what would you have done to stop this bad guy from doing this? And he could not answer the question. Really, he couldn't answer the question. Essentially, he went into the basic rampage. We should do this. We should do that. We should do this, which is essentially what they continue to repeat. And the crazy thing is that all those things, majority of those things are in place already. You know, you can be a domestic violence abuser and buy a gun. You can, or have a criminal background and buy a gun. You have to pass a background check to get a gun in an FFL. I mean, there are so many things in place. So when they say things, they continue to repeat this nonsense. It's things that they're already in place. But the thing that he couldn't, the reason why he couldn't answer this is because this criminal, this dirtbag, bought the guns legally. So what does that mean? That means that that dude passed every single law that was in place, proving that gun control and gun laws don't work. The only thing that could stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. That's what that proved. The same thing in Vegas. You know, that guy was as clean, probably cleaner than me. You know, I think he had one ticket in his entire life. The dude was so clean, and he passed every single gun law that was in place, and he committed a crime. Again, proving that gun laws don't save people. The only thing that's going to save you is going to be the fact that you buy a gun, you decide to carry a gun, and you decide to take training. So when evil comes, you could defend yourself. That is essentially the only thing that is going to save you. Any gun law is not going to save you, because here's the thing. People, I mean, it's ridiculous to listen to the argument, because murdering somebody is illegal. So when people are willing to break the law to murder somebody, they're committing a crime. They don't give a crap in any gun law that you're going to put in place. And I want to make this point that I have made several times. We always look at an active shooter situation, and we always look at a situation where someone gets killed, or a workplace shooting, as, you know, a situation that just happened. It's not a situation that just happened. This was a terrorist attack. This dirtbag planned his mission. That's essentially why they all share a couple things at the same time. They all share some things, like looking for mass amount of people to engage and things like that, because they plan it. So if they have to wait 10 days, they will wait 10 days. If they have to wait 5 days, they will wait 5 days, because they essentially are planning an attack on innocent people. So really, no gun law that you're going to put in place, they're going to stop them. We forgot the guy in New York City. They essentially took a car and killed some people. What he did about a couple of days or a week before, he rented a truck and actually did a drive-by. He actually did training before committing an attack. Again, this type of situations are not just a shooting. This type of situation are terrorist attack, and no law is really going to stop them from doing this, because evil is here. The only thing that we could do is to prepare, buy a gun, continue to do your training, continue to get whatever paperwork you have to get, because you don't want to, defend your family, shoot somebody, and then go to jail. And like I said, prepare yourself for that. Now, I've been saying this for years. This is one of the reasons why YouTube censors me and YouTube pushes me down, because obviously this is not a popular opinion. They want to put a different type of opinion where they want to tell you don't do anything, and guns are bad and blah blah blah. Again, I wanted to share that video because it's interesting how he was asked a question: how would you stop this from happening in this particular incident? And he was like blah blah. He couldn't answer the question. Why? Because any gun law that you put in place, criminals will follow that law and still commit a crime. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below, and as always, God is in control.